The name's Sara Valestein. I'm the instructor in charge of Class 7, which means you get the pleasure of seeing me all year. Glad to finally meet you.
Wait, Class 7? Us?
I'm not sure I understand. I wasn't told anything about this at enrollment.
Excuse me, Instructor Sara? I was under the impression that there were only 5 classes at this academy, and that students were split among them based on their social class and home region.
Right you are, Miss Top Scorer on the Thor's entrance exam. Students in each year are divided into 5 classes, 2 for the nobility and 3 for commoners. And it's been that way for ages, right up through last year. But this year, we decided to shake things up a little.
What do you...
We now have a 6th class, fittingly titled Class 7. And in Class 7, we recognize no distinction between nobles and commoners.
Wait, you just jumped straight from 5 to 7?
You're really putting nobles and commoners in the same class?
This must be some kind of joke. And why is this the first I've heard of it?
Well, who are you again?
Machias Regnitz. And with all due respect, Instructor, it's ludicrous to intermix nobles and commoners like this. Must I be forced to spend my next 2 years shoulder to shoulder with those arrogant, stuck-up hedonists?
You do know I'm not the one who made the decision, right? Besides, what's the big deal anyway? You're all kids. Can't you all just get along or something?
Just get along? And how would you propose we do that? And what's your problem?
Oh, nothing much. I just find the irony of your behavior rather humorous.
Is that so? It seems the scion of some noble house has left the comfort of his mansion to grace the unwashed masses with his wisdom. Please, milord, do share your esteemed name with us so I can give you all the respect you deserve.
Eustace Alberea. Not that I'd expect the name of an arrogant, stuck-up hedonist to lodge itself in that hard head of yours.
He's from one of the 4 great houses.
The son of Duke Alberea, lord of the Kreutzen province in the southeast.
Well, you don't get much more noble than that.
Interesting. I'd heard the rumors.
Do you expect me to be impressed? Your family lineage means nothing to me. I'll never bend my knee to the likes of...
Okay, that's enough. I'm sure a couple of you have a few grievances, but now's not the time. I'll hear your complaints later. Right now, you've got your orienteering exercise, and far be it from me to keep you from our fun little icebreaker.
You mentioned this orienteering exercise earlier. What exactly does that involve?
It's a form of outdoor competition, isn't it? Something like a cross between a map-reading exercise and a scavenger hunt?
Is that why they asked us to hand over our weapons at the gate?
Nothing gets by you, does it? But I don't want to spoil the fun, so let's get started, shall we?
What in the world?
That light means that you've successfully synchronized with your Arcus. Congratulations! Now you can use arts as much as you want. These Arcus units have plenty more nifty features. But I wouldn't want to bombard you with too much info all at once, so we'll cover those another time. Anyway, since you've got your Arcus all set up and ready to go, here's what I want you to do. When you step through that door, you'll be in an underground testing area. Basically, it's a dungeon. It's pretty large and full of twists and turns. I'd almost guarantee you'll get lost at least once. But when you find the exit, you'll be able to return to the first floor of this old schoolhouse. There are monsters wandering around, though, so don't let your guard down, even for a moment. With all that said, let's commence our special orienteering exercise. Your objective is to make your way through this area and back to the surface. Make it back in one piece, and I'll be happy to field any complaints you might have. If you make it back safely, I might even give you a kiss. Free of charge. On the cheek, of course.
Dusk already? What a day. Can't believe she wound up treating me to dinner in the cafeteria. And she's still got more student council work to do yet. How is she so busy? Hello? This is Rien Schwarzer speaking.
Guten Tag, my favorite little Wunderkind. I hear you had a nice little dinner date with the student council president. Ooh la la.
If this is how you treat your favorite little Wunderkind, I dread to think how you treat people you don't like. Would you care to explain why you've been signing me up for things behind my back?
I'll skip the details for now, but it's got something to do with the other part of your curriculum that I'll be announcing next week. I thought it'd be a good chance for one of you to do a little rehearsal before the main event. And since the student council truly is busy, I figured, why not kill two birds with one stone? A fine plan, if I do say so myself.
I have a feeling half the reason they're as busy as they are is because of certain instructors. But all right, I'm happy to play along. Basically, you just want me to spend my free day tomorrow helping the student council, right?
Oh, that's entirely up to you. If there's a club you're interested in joining, far be it from me to force you away from it.
No, to be honest, I still haven't found one that really clicks with me, so that won't be a problem. There is one question I'd like to ask, though. Why me, exactly? This seems like the kind of task typically entrusted to the class president or vice president, so Emma or Machias. And even if you were choosing based on social class, Eustace and Laura were both born into noble families. I wasn't. So what makes me so special, exactly?
Well, in a sense, you're effectively at the center of Class 7.
Pardon?
I'm not saying you're its leader, of course, but in a class full of nobles, commoners, and exchange students, you in particular are special. Surely even you can see that, no?
Well,
That's why I decided to give you first dibs, so to speak. I wanted to get an idea of how things might go from here on out. There's never been a class like yours before, after all. So there you have it. The beans have been spilled all over the place. Ball's in your court now.
wait, what are you drinking?
Beer, of course. It's the weekend, and I'm stuck wasting away in my room, imbibing libations. Alas, all by my lonesome. If only I had a classy gentleman friend who'd go out drinking with me. But woe of woes, such a man is nary to be found.
Are you okay?
Never better. But you, instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along. And on that note, make sure you're back in the dorm by curfew and all transgressions will be forgiven. Toodles! did you just get back too?
Oh, hey there, instructor. Welcome back.
Well, the building's still standing, so I guess you all behaved yourselves. Excellent. It looks like you've really thrown yourself into helping out the student council, Reen. But you spend all your time working, and life will just pass you by before you know it.
Alas, if only my evil stepteacher would stop dumping a bunch of work on me and let me go to the ball. Hey, did something happen? You look really beat.
Nothing bad. Just been real busy these last couple days. That Toval really needs to learn how to treat a lady. Honestly, dumping that much work on me? Come on, I'm too delicate for that.
I guess your hot date didn't turn out so well then?
Huh? Of course it did. As if a night with me could fall short of unforgettable. He was just amazing. Such a gentleman, so strong, so passionate. But I'm afraid all the details might be more than you could handle. It's too soon to corrupt your poor, innocent heart.
Yeah. I almost want to believe it, but yeah, I don't think so.
Everything okay last night then? Nothing major happened while I was away?
Not particularly. Oh, wait. Actually, we had a woman show up claiming to be the dorm's new caretaker. Did you know about this?
Oh, she's here already? I'd heard that the Reinford family was sending a maid, but I wasn't sure when she'd arrive. Something sure smells good, though.
Oh, I'll bet that's Sharon fixing dinner. She's a great cook. She made breakfast for us today, too.
Oh, I can hardly wait. This Class 7 gig has some real fringe benefits. I'll have to get her to whip up some snacks to go with my beer later.
Looks like she knew about Elisa's family after all.
Welcome back, Master Reen. Lady Sara.
Oh, hey, Sharon. Good to see you. You can stop with the Master Reen stuff, though. It's not like I'm the one paying your salary.
Oh, but that just wouldn't do at all. Politeness toward those I serve is part of the maid's code of honor. Or might you prefer something more like, my dearest Reen?
Whoa! Not in front of the teacher.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Sharon. I was sent here to serve you, courtesy of the Reinford family. I will do my utmost to cater to your every need. I hope I can be of service.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. Though if you don't mind my saying, you look a little familiar. Are you sure we haven't met somewhere before?
Huh?
I'm afraid we haven't. You certainly don't seem to be an individual one would easily forget. I look forward to serving you, Lady Sara Valestein.
Why, thank you, Sharon Kruger.
This feels like a good time to make my exit. This looks like... Instructor Sara.
Instructor Valestein.
I totally understand where you're coming from. You meet a beautiful, captivating lady and you want to know more. But don't let hard-headed officer types like our friend here rub off on you too much. Got it? You always play by the rules, and you'll find yourself in a jam someday when you encounter people who don't.
Instructor?
You're one to talk. I hardly think a capricious instructor who leaves everything to chance is capable of guiding our cadets to greatness.
Well, of course I couldn't do a better job than the ace of the 4th Armored Division. Or was that the Provincial Army? I mean, you've got the whole tradition and status are everything mindset down pat.
These two really don't seem to get along. First Sharon, now Instructor Neidhart. Instructor Sara almost seems like she's spoiling for a fight.
Who do we have here? Well, if it isn't Instructor Sara and Instructor Neidhart.
Uh-oh.
Instructor Thomas?
Oh, and young Reen is with you too. Simply marvelous. It looks like you're having a downright jolly time. Would you mind if I joined you?
I'm not sure that would...
Actually, I was just leaving. Come along, Reen. We need to hurry back to the dorms now.
We do?
Oh, but while we're all together like this, what say we have a few drinks together and enjoy some quality faculty bonding time? I heard the two of you really know how to hold your liquor.
I'm afraid I really must.
I've actually just been hit with the overwhelming urge to drink alone in my room tonight.
Now, there's no need to be shy. We're all friends here. Oh, I know. Why don't you come along with us, Reen? We can't float a beer your way quite yet, but I'd be happy to treat you to something else.
No, it's quite all right. You teachers are always so busy, I'd hate to... So, if you'll excuse me, I'll be sure to let Sharon know that you're having dinner out tonight, instructor.
No, Reen, well, wait! What kind of heartless monster are you? Get back here, Reen Schwarzer!
Ooh, you're
get this started! I'm just getting warmed up. That went well.
I knew it. So, I have a potential sister-in-law now, do I?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, maybe you're right. Maybe I will go ask her. I do feel kind of bad leaving you here on your own, though.
I'm fine, really. Besides, if you spend all this time worrying about me, the music will be over by the time you ask.
Well, okay.
He's such an idiot. Oh, Elise. Your Highness? The generally accepted strategy here would be to keep his eyes on you, not push him toward another girl's tender embrace. If you were to only gather the courage to ask him, I'm certain that he would be more than accommodating. It's fine. I'm fine, honestly.
Instructor?
Oh, it's you.
Yikes, you sound like you just got dumped.
For your information, I wasn't dumped. The Viscount and I finished our dance and he went on his way. But what are you doing here? Are you sure you should be leaving your sister alone with Patrick on the prowl?
Well, she can take care of herself. And besides, she was the one who encouraged me to come your way. Will you dance with me? I know the Viscount's a hard act to follow, but still.
Well, well, Reen Schwarzer. I always knew one day you'd recognize me for the paragon of womanhood I am. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were ready to graduate from giggling schoolgirls up to ladies with real class.
But let me guess, I should come back in a few years?
No, we can let you skip a couple of grades for the night. Just don't expect me to lead.
I'm sure I'll manage.
That's the stuff.
You look happy.
After all this hard work, I deserve a little bit of fun. And with the way you led, I'd say you do too. I'm surprised you don't sweep more ladies off their feet.
Jeez, when you put it like that, it makes me sound like some Casanova with a rose clenched in my teeth. I can't imagine that I was even half as good as the Viscount.
You weren't. But that doesn't mean you didn't have a certain youthful charm. Besides, I had fun. You're not the only student who asked me to dance, but you're one of the few who knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Speaking of youthful charm, if you don't mind me asking, what were you doing back before you became a bracer?
Well, have you ever heard of a country called Northumbria? It's north of the Empire, if the name didn't tip you off. That's where I'm from.
Northumbria, huh? I don't know a lot about it, but I've heard it's a hard place to eke out a living.
That's a nice way of putting it. The climate alone keeps a lot of people out, and that's the least of its problems. The only thing keeping the country afloat financially at this point is a single Jaeger Corps that got its start there.
Supported by a Jaeger Corps.
So if you've ever wondered why I'm big on telling you guys to go out and enjoy life while you're still young, that's why. It's not really like me to get all sentimental, but I can't help but want you guys to enjoy what I never could.
Instructor Sara, it's not too late, you know.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you about to profess your undying love for me or something?
You're no less a bona fide member of Class 7 than I am. And you're still young, so it may be a little belated, but why not enjoy your youth with us? We're all in this together.
I can't believe I'm finding comfort in the arms of a younger man. I can tell you put your heart into that one, but really, that's like a B-rank pickup line at best.
I'm not trying to hit on you. I meant it.
Sure. Keep telling yourself that, lover boy. Whatever the reason, though, it made me happy to hear. One of these days, I'm gonna have to drag you along to this great bar I know. Once you're old enough to drink, anyway.
And here I was hoping you were offering to sneak me in.
Man, is that really what you call everything you got?
This can't be happening.
How can they be so strong?
I've never fought anyone so strong in my life. Not by a long shot.
I didn't expect we would have a chance against him head-on.
We were able to knock that knight down at least.
Ugh! I can't believe I lost to mere students. And of course, one of them had to be an Arsene. This is so humiliating!
Oh, give me a break. Were you even trying? I thought you beat Louve once. Hard to believe with that sorry side of a fight.
I did. Granted, he won the other 99 or so battles. And I was! I simply slipped, that's all.
Hmm? Interesting. You mixed by any chance?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. If you haven't noticed yourself, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you. If you haven't, it's probably not much anyway.
Huh? What do you...
Anyway, I'm out of here. You can take care of handing him over to the Duke.
You can't possibly be serious! You won't help even a teensy bit? It's a little much to handle all by myself.
Nah, I'm tired of this already. Maybe if one of them could seriously give me a run for my Mira, I'd consider it, but...
One run for your Mira coming right up.
Huh?
It couldn't be.
She finally made it.
Huh?
Where did that come from?
Nice.
Looks like I was right to hurry. I wasn't expecting to find you fighting monsters of this caliber.
You're... Instructor Sara?
Sorry for the wait. But don't you worry your pretty little heads none. Now that I'm here, I won't let them lay a finger on you. How could I call myself your homeroom teacher if I did?
Thanks.
You're the purple lightning, aren't you?
Huh. Hey, I've heard of you.
Oh, yeah, nice timing! What's Sara doing here?
Was this your doing, Eustace?
I used a secret channel to contact her. She was to be our insurance if things took a turn for the worse.
Really?
I'm delighted to see that you're well, Lady Sara.
Thanks, I guess. Still, looks like you've been fighting some of your old pals for the sake of my kids. And I can give credit where it's due. Thanks. And I'm glad to see you're okay, Reem. Not that you dream of forgetting the promise you made, I've got a glass of beer with your name on it.
Of course I wouldn't.
That's my boy. Until we've done that, don't even think about dying. Because if you break your promise, you'll be subjected to a little thing I like to call homework from hell.
Ugh. Do you seriously want to keep fighting? Surely you don't believe you'll win because you're an A-rank bracer.
You ask me, this is more like it. Not like there are any towns nearby I can burn down, so maybe it's time I stopped holding back.
Stay away from him.
Those are just like...
Hold on a moment! I know I said I wanted help, but I'd rather you didn't set me on fire in the process.
What the devil are you doing up there?
The hell?
That sounds like...
Reen?
Instructor! I didn't think anyone else would come here so late at night. Sorry, I'll get out now.
No, don't worry about it. I thought the same exact thing, actually. A little late night one-on-one bonding with one of my precious students doesn't sound so bad, actually. And it's freezing out here, so I'm hopping in.
Oh, okay.
The temperature's just right. Sitting back in a spring like this with a bottle of warm, strong stuff would be heaven right about now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's my favorite time of the year to relax in the springs, too. But both of us bathing in here together is really, really not a good idea. I mean, the two of us alone here at this time of night's kind of, you know...
What's the big deal? I'm all covered up, aren't I? Although, I guess any boy your age would feel a tad flustered sharing a hot spring with an older, beautiful woman like me. I hope there aren't any naughty fantasies going through that little head of yours.
Oh, please don't ask me that.
Well, I'll spare you another round of teasing for now. I stuck around to praise you, not to make you uncomfortable.
You did?
You've done a really good job making it this far and doing what you have. You've had it hard since we were split up, but you've hung in there and made it through. And not only that, you managed to gather all of your classmates back together again from all over the country. That they're here now is all thanks to you, Reen.
I think you're giving me too much credit. It was only thanks to everyone's support, yours included, that I was able to do anything at all.
Oh, I know everyone else deserves some credit, too. Still, it doesn't change the fact that Class 7 is only how it is because you've always been at its center. It was only because you rose up to fight, just like everyone believed you would, that you're all together again. So I thought that as your instructor, the least I could do was praise you for what you've achieved. Hey! What's with all the laughing? Even I can sound like an actual instructor sometimes, you know.
Oh, no, I wasn't laughing at you. It just finally hit home that everything Elise said was true. I had no idea that everyone was thinking of me as much as they were, or that so many people were looking out for me. It just made me realize all over again how blind I've been all this time. So I couldn't help but laugh at myself.
Aha! So that's it. Well, in that case, make sure you don't ever forget it. The bonds you have with the people who care about you won't be broken easily. And I'd know, because I'm one of those people.
I'll be sure not to. And now that Class 7 is together again, I'm sure we'll be able to go back to the Academy one day. As long as we don't give up, I know we can make that a reality. Both for ourselves and for the people who have supported us in getting this far.
Aha! That's what I like to hear.
What's going on?
How did you withstand all of that completely alone?
Unbelievable.
It looks like you've grown even stronger since your days in the Corps.
Well, is that all you got? Go on! Fight me! I can take it! So try your luck as long as you want!
You're serious?
Sara, it's okay. Instructor.
I've had enough. I see no point in wasting any more time fighting with a wounded lioness.
This battle's dragged on long enough. I think this is time to walk away.
Our contract with the Kreutzen province is hereby complete.
Are you allowed to simply abandon your contracts like that?
We've worked enough for the money we've been paid. We're not in the business of doing unpaid overtime.
Farewell, Valestein.
We may meet again, but it won't be during this war.
I sure hope not.
We're withdrawing. Disperse, and make your way to the agreed location.
Yeah!
That could have gone a lot worse than it did.
Indeed, and it was all thanks to the complete and utter lack of sanity of our loving instructor.
Where do they get off calling me a wounded lioness anyway? I'll show them a lioness, the bastards. Still, I really wish you guys hadn't seen me that way. Didn't want you to know my background either, but not much I can do about that now, huh?
So you were just like V?
Yep. Once upon a time, I was a Jaeger too. A member of the Northern Jaegers, to be exact. That was 6 years ago, before I became a bracer. During my time there, I ended up being saved by Colonel Beatrix. That was what led me to break out of the group.
I knew about it already, but it wasn't my place to talk about it.
You did tell me that you came from Northumbria, but that was all. I guess you have your fair share of burdens to shoulder like the rest of us.
All this was a long, long time ago.
Are you all right?
You've contributed more than enough already. Leave the rest to us.
Okay. Maybe I went a little overboard in that fight. But you know what? It paid off. You won't need to worry about Jaegers on your way to the Duke now. He should still be somewhere in here. Find him, and do what we came to do.
Understood. And you stay right here and rest. We'll be back before you know it.
Let's go and find my father.
Finally. Sorry if I kept you waiting.
Not at all. I think I actually showed up a little early. Finally had enough booze for the night, I take it?
Yeah, had enough of the bad company too, so I managed to skedaddle. I figure the others should be able to handle things over at the academy. Just standing here really does bring the memories flooding back, doesn't it? For as long as we spent here, it feels like we've been away even longer. But I'm glad you made good on your word and took it back from the Alliance.
So am I. And I know I couldn't have done it without you. Say, while we're here, why don't we take a little stroll through the place? I'm feeling the itch to see if everything upstairs is like we left it.
It's a date. A shame Crow isn't back with us like old times, huh? In a way, he hasn't changed a bit since his first day. Even then, he was never honest with his feelings.
Oh, yeah. You helped out with the Arcus trials they all did last year, didn't you?
Yep, we sent him all over the country, just like we did with you guys during your field studies. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder that if I'd noticed something was off with Crow back then, we all could have been spared a lot of heartache. I've known him even longer than you guys have. Heck, I was his teacher. I guess I keep thinking maybe there was something I could have done.
It's not your fault. Crow's planning was meticulous. He'd been setting it up for years. He would have gone through with it either way. But I'm not going to sit back and let that be that. We'll face him down, beat him, and bring him back. That's my promise. He'll be back where he belongs, with us. And you'll be there with us too.
Yeah? I know you'll do everything you can. If anyone can bring Crow back, it's you guys. It's been almost 2 years since I traded in my bracer badge for the whole teacher shtick. But there's never been a day when I regretted making the switch.
Likewise. We couldn't have ended up with a better homeroom teacher. Your methods seemed really bizarre at first, but when I look back, everything you did prepared us for what was to come.
Thanks. It makes me happy to hear that. I'd like to think that you all learned a lot from me, but over the past year, I've learned plenty from you guys too. Things I never learned pounding the battlefield as a Jaeger or during my time with the bracers. But whatever the future holds for me, I know the time I spent here will help guide me in whatever I end up doing next.
Wait, Whatever the future holds? You're not thinking of...
I don't even know anymore. No matter which side comes out on top in this war, the Empire's never going to be the same again. When it's all over, should I stay on as an instructor here? Should I go back to being a bracer? Or branch out to something new? All I know is that I want to be able to support you guys in whatever you decide to work towards, as much as I can. Just how I'm going to do that, I don't really know yet. I'm hoping that fighting through the battle ahead of us brings me an answer.
You really are amazing, you know that? No matter how fast we grow, you're always a step ahead of us, pushing forward into the unknown to show us the way. I'm never gonna be able to measure up to you, am I?
What do you mean?
You're experienced, reliable, always ahead of us, just out of reach, but guiding us forward. You're strict sometimes, but you're always compassionate, and you bury your weaknesses deep down to be someone we can rely on. And somewhere along the way, I started to hope that one day I'll be able to finally catch up to you, so that we can think of each other as peers, as something more than just teacher and student.
Oh.
As things stand, I'm still a long way from being there. When this war is behind us, and life slows back down to its normal pace, there'll come a day when I graduate from Thor's and head out into the world as a real man. When that day comes, I want to be there for you, in some way, as your equal.
Oh my. Well, you're just full of surprises tonight, aren't you? With all that's been going on, I never realized you felt that way about me. You can be pretty daring sometimes, you know that? I'm sure you're well aware that I go for the classy, mature gentleman type, and not students, though.
Yeah, but we're looking toward the future, right? Students grow up. Boys become men. Sure, I might not look the part now, but one day I'll be a dashing, handsome gent who can turn even your head.
All right, then. I want you to close your eyes. In fact, I'm making it a formal assignment. No peeking.
Why?
Shh, no questions. Good students are supposed to listen to their teachers.
Well, if you say so.
Just think of that as a little appetizer. In a couple of years, if you're still hungry for the main course, come and find me. I'll make it worth the chase. Still, there's no need to rush. I'm willing to wait, if you are.
Thanks.
Nice work, guys. You poor kids must be exhausted. Feels like all your other instructors are dead set on cramming your brains with as much material as humanly possible.
I want to crawl into a hole and die.
You said it.
Still, this is exactly how we wanted it.
Right. They're doing it for our sake, so I don't mind it so much.
There's no way we could cover everything in class, so it's sweet of them to give us the bullet points while they still can.
It's paying off for us in the long run, yeah, so we owe them a lot.
Forcing you to try and keep up with us is a little unfair of us, though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do all of this again next year.
Are you sure you're fine with this arrangement?
Of course. This is to my benefit, too. If I get all of this crammed into my head now, maybe I can even come out on top on next year's midterms.
Well, that's some confidence.
I wouldn't be surprised if you actually did it, though.
Reen has the knack for pulling off anything he puts his mind to, after all.
I'm probably just being too optimistic.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. Guess we'll know for sure next year.
Anyway, tomorrow's the day you've all been waiting for. Your next free day. I know you've got enough schoolwork to choke a horse, but try to carve out a little time for your clubs and all that youthful jazz. The forecast for tomorrow is clear blue skies. Might be the perfect chance to sneak off and get into some ooh la la with that special someone.
And truly, you teach us all by living your life as a shining counterexample.
Spoken like a true lifetime member of the Lonely Hearts Club, instructor.
A fair enough response, I suppose.
Someone's hiding something.
You aren't trying to suggest that you actually do have one, are you?
Oh, I wasn't trying to suggest anything.
I'm really curious now.
It's not polite to pry, however. I think it'd be for the best if we drop the subject.
Something on your mind, instructor?
You could say that. I've been mulling over how things are going to be come next month, but all this soul-searching's giving me a headache.
Well, it'll probably feel strange being back with the guild for the first time in 2 years. But I'd bet they'll be glad to have you back. Things are probably going to be rough over there, even with you taking up the bracer life again.
No doubts there. I can already see plenty of traveling abroad in my future after what happened over in Crossbow. And I imagine it'll keep getting harder and harder for us bracers to operate here, too. What's with that sad puppy look? There's no reason for you to feel ashamed of what you've chosen to do. I'm proud to have a student like you who can stand up and make the tough choices life thrusts on us.
Thanks, instructor. I'll try to just grin and bear it for now.
Attaboy. Sticking it out through the hard times with a smile will put you on the fast track to becoming a great man. Just make sure you don't try to shoulder too much. All that'll do is turn you into a jaded grump. Everything in moderation, okay?
Thanks? What's this for?
Just a little something to keep you motivated. There's still a part of me that wants to drag you along with me and sign you up with the guild. But I think it's best to let you mature and decide what you want to do in life first. So go out there and grow up to be a real heartthrob. I'll be waiting, as promised. Hey, time out, lover boy. I'm pretty sure I told you that if you want to move up to the main course, you'll have to work for it.
Sorry, couldn't help myself. You think you can overlook it just this once? There may be days when remembering how I feel right now is what keeps the fire burning in me until we can meet again.
You're a sly one, Schwarzer. All right, I'll let you off this time. But no more freebies. Yikes. That was just like 3 years ago. Colonel. I haven't heard that in a while. Bloody Shirley. No, the Sanguine Ogre. She had to have noticed me too. I've been off the front lines for too long. Meanwhile, Fee's been picking up skill after skill. I'm really starting to feel my age. Wait, what am I saying? I'm only 27. Well, almost 28, but... Either way, I'm too young to be old. Okay, Sara, focus. We've got two of the strongest Jaeger corps, the Dragons and these Jaegers in purple, battling it out. One way or another, things are gonna come to a head. For me and for the kids. And you know, even if he is a far cry from the Viscount, I have to admit, the Jaeger King is a real fox.
Heed my call! Valimar!
And cut.
You won't be needing him.
No way!
Why is she here?
A blade and a gun. Could she be?
Suckers! Right behind you!
What the hell is she riding?
That's an orbital bike!
I know that, redhead. Valestine, the Purple Lightning! And Marquis Ragnar's daughter.
Oh, you recognize me? How sweet.
Well, if it isn't the guys from Needhog. What's it been, a year and a half?
Yeah. We can't afford to take on an A-rank bracer. Mundanor, withdraw! Yeah.
Wait. Who were they? Who were those purple Jaegers you were fighting?
We don't have to tell you anything. But maybe you've guessed by now?
Hey, are you okay?
Just fine. What a waste. Imagine what they could have told us if we kept him on a tighter leash.
Thank you, you two.
And here I thought you were gonna tell us to mind our own business.
No way. He didn't need to bust out his divine knight for this. But wow, look at you! You're so tall! You've really turned into a man, Reen.
I guess it really has been a while, huh? You've changed a lot as well. I hardly recognized you at first.
Look at you, making my heart go all a-flutter.
I guess you really upped your game since graduation, huh?
Did you attend Thor's with Instructor Reen?
Well, I wasn't part of Class 7, but yeah. Angelica Ragnar. I was a senior when the old Class 7 was around. Toa, one of your other instructors, is the light of my life. It's nice to meet you, kittens.
So you're the daughter of House Ragnar?
It's so nice to see you again, Angelica.
Again? You know each other? Of course. We have a long history. Don't we, Musée? Elise and the princess have told me all about your misadventures at St. Estrella. Now look at you. You've only gotten cuter and more devilishly charming in my absence.
On the contrary, you're the real beauty. It's as if you've grown more dignified and fair every day we've been apart.
Somehow it makes sense that you two know each other.
Speaking of familiar faces, I thought Black Rabbit would be the only member of your class I recognized.
Sup? Good to see ya. But damn, I had no idea you used to teach Class 7.
Hold on. What?
You guys know each other too?
You could say that. We've had our run-ins at the guild. But I should probably introduce myself to the rest of your class. I'm Sara Valestine, and as Ash pointed out, I'm the former instructor of Class 7. But I've since gone back to my old job at the Bracer Guild. It's a pleasure to meet you, new Class 7.
here.
It's good to see your adorable little face again, Toa.
You look so good in that instructor uniform. I could just eat you up.
Angie!
It's spiritus. Liquor from Northumbria. Said to be the strongest drink in the world. Guess it's kinda hard to get much stronger than 96% though, huh? Right? I knew you'd be able to appreciate it. Never thought the day'd come when I'd get to talk with you over drinks like this. That new Class 7 of yours, they're a good bunch of kids. They're all pretty unique kids, just like you guys were. But I know things will work out for you. I mean, come on. They were all so worried about you, they ran headlong after you. You already knew, didn't you? Who those purple Jaegers are. That's so. Guess I've still got a ways to go myself in that case. That's a nice little scenario, Reen. But you know it's a load of bull, don't you? The annexation of Northumbria was done under the Imperial government's orders. Way I hear it, General Le Guin agreed to take the place over to keep the provincial armies from being disbanded. The outcome was decided from the start. In the middle of that farce of a war, you managed to save the lives of tens of thousands of citizens. And the Jaegers you met today? I think they know that. But maybe it was impossible from the start. Fixing a country already being destroyed from within by Jaegers. He probably knew that too. Whoopsie. Well, you see, he was... he was my first love. Well, actually, he was the closest thing I had to a dad. Way back during the Northumbrian disaster, when the salt pail covered so much of the principality in a storm of salt, a man took in an orphaned infant. He was a former colonel in the army, and one of the people who founded the Northern Jaegers. As soon as I was old enough to understand anything, I knew that Jaegers who came back with foreign currency were considered heroes. The man who raised me was one of the leaders of the Northern Jaegers, the heroes of our homeland. I looked up to my dad more than anyone. Wanting to be just like him, I joined a juvenile Jaeger Corps at the age of 10. After a few years of harsh training, I was admitted to the main corps at the tender age of 13. It was there that I experienced my first real battle. It was hell. A field of death, where lives are tossed aside to satisfy someone else's desires. There I lived, smoke and blood painted across my body. And there I stayed, eventually becoming the Jaeger known as the Purple Lightning. But after a while, it reached a point where I couldn't take it anymore. When I was 18, I was assigned command of a squad. We had a mission near Erebonia, fighting some proxy war on behalf of the nobles. The enemy was Needhog. My squad was destroying them, but just when we thought victory was ours. Our efforts to avoid dragging any civilians into the fight left us open to a counterattack. We got hit hard. And then my dad showed up and saved me. Even though he was serving as the commander for the entire corps, he came to our rescue and suffered a fatal injury for it.
Do you see now? This is the fate of all Jaegers. You must think long and hard on whether you wish to continue down this path.
It could have been because he was once part of the Principality's army, but he was quite the gentleman. Now that I think back, he never seemed to like the fact that I became a Jaeger. Anyway, he left me with those final words and passed away in my arms. I screamed and screamed until my voice gave out. until I passed out from utter exhaustion. When I woke up, I was in an Imperial Army camp. Yeah, apparently they were there to check on the damage caused by all the Jaegers fighting. Neidhart and Mueller-Vander, who were both second lieutenants back then, were there too. They told me the battle had been over for a while, and all my comrades had already packed up and left for home. Hadn't even thanked them before rushing back to my hometown. And what greeted me when I got there were celebrations and congratulations from my friends and the townsfolk. We had lost my father, but we won the war we were hired for. The nobles had given us an enormous pile of Mira. That meant we wouldn't die of starvation during the coming winter. I was relieved, but my tears just wouldn't stop. In order to save my hometown from poverty, I covered myself in the smoke of war and the blood of innocents in foreign lands. Seeing the smiles on the faces of everyone in town and knowing the cost cut me deep. It was right then that I decided to quit being a Jaeger and leave my hometown. I joined up with the Bracer Guild, knowing I could put my combat skills to work and make some decent Mira if I hit A rank. That way I could send some money back home. Money that wasn't stained with blood. I'm not strong or kind, but I think I've finally started to get closer. Little by little. Closer to being like the man I admired so much. My dad. My commander. And my first love. Yeah, no getting around the fact that I've got myself the daddy of all father complexes. But you know, lately I found myself attracted to some younger guys. You got me talking too much. You don't watch yourself, you could make a real dangerous womanizer. Oh, and I'll have you know, I don't really appreciate being second after Little Miss Major. Well, with that, I bid you good night and sweet dreams.
This is the might of the Golden Rakshasa, the Purple Lightning, and the Ashen Chevalier.
All right. Good. We were able to suppress them.
Kill us!
Huh?
What are you?
This is a battlefield. You've won.
There isn't a need to show mercy.
Don't misunderstand, nameless Jaegers. This is not your place to die. All I wished to do was honor your pride as the target of your unsated vengeance, and I have done just that. There is no point in spilling any more blood.
Principal Le Guin. You deprived us of our home, and now you deprive us of our final resting place.
Then we shall...
No! No! I won't be able to make it!
Valestein?
be so stupid! We haven't been risking our lives for pride all this time, have we? It was to save our homeland from poverty, to fill empty stomachs, to make children smile when we had next to nothing! That's why we chose to live our days drenched in blood and smoke! But now you've lost your way! Why have you thrown that resolve aside? If you're willing to abandon everything you stood for, then the Colonel... Daddy won't be able to rest in peace.
Instructor.
Our meeting was meant to be.
Sara, daughter of Colonel Valentine.
We thank Adios that you were here.
I'm your instructor. You guys shouldn't be seeing me like this.
It's a bit late for that.
I understand how one can love their home so sincerely.
Yeah, but dying in vain is just so sad.
You did great, Instructor.
I'm glad all of you are here. Really. Thank you so much, General. Thank you for giving them what they needed.
Not at all. I only did what was required of me. Now the clock is ticking. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Let's get to exploring. Hey, no need to hold back. Have another. Let's make it a real beer this time, huh? Oreen, hold up. No, not at all. I just wanted to give you a little invitation. Once we get through all this and everything's over, what do you say to visiting Northumbria with me? It's just, I haven't been back there since the Northern War. And you seemed like you were worried about the place too, so... But I know we're both so busy. I understand if it's too far out of the way. You got it. There's a ton of stuff I need to go report to him too. How I became a bracer in Erebonia, somehow ended up teaching at a military academy, that even someone like me can teach people and help them grow. Oh, and how I've even got a little junior instructor following in my footsteps.
Come on! You can't just keep spouting lines like that.
Your transformation into an unstoppable lady killer is complete. Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that bit about supporting me.
Haha, you sure have grown up, Fee.
I'm surprised how good Sylphie's gotten, but you're not bad yourself, Purple Lightning! You two gunning for my throne as the top youngster of the Jaeger world? I dare you to try and take it!
You better not keep treating me like I'm still just a Jaeger.
I've gained the skills of both a Jaeger and a bracer. And I'll keep getting stronger. For all my friends.
Not bad.
This is the best!
Don't interfere.
An archaism? What?
Tita and I worked hard to get this mech up and running. Its test runs are complete, and now it's ready for deployment.
Wow! Sheesh, Tita. When did you even have time for that?
I was not even aware such a thing was in development.
I did it in secret, so I could surprise you with it. Never thought I'd unveil it quite like this, though. But do you see now? I'm not a child anymore. I'll make you see me as an equal, as a fellow family member. You too, Crow, as a fellow member of Class 7.
Elisa.
Huh. Quite the speech.
My lady, you truly have grown up.
Go! Leave this to us!
We'll catch up soon.
Please, if you find that man down there, get some answers for me.
Got it. Leave it to me.
I have full faith you'll meet us there.
We'll be waiting.
May luck be on your side.
it on!
Disappear!
Yeah! Lightning! Ah! It's my turn! Time to get a... North! That make you feel tingly? It's my turn! I'm just getting started. I got this! It's my turn! Time to get a... North! That make you feel tingly? It's okay, Reen. I'm here. I'll accept you no matter what. So come on. You have so many people in your life to come back to. I'm sorry. That was pretty stupid of me, I'll admit. Please, Reen, don't cry. Come on, for real? You really are hopelessly dense sometimes. You know that. Unless someone else snatches you up soon, I won't count myself out of the running just yet. Thanks, Rean, for everything. Looking back on it, I've been a pretty shoddy excuse of a teacher to you guys. Especially to you, Rean. But in the end, I ended up growing just as much as all of you. Not just as an instructor or as a bracer, but a person, too. Tomorrow, we fight for a better future. One where we can keep on growing. Together. What am I saying? You're all younger than me, so listen up. We're all gonna make it through this. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Understood?
Welcome to the Room of Fate's Unfolding. I pray fortune smiles upon you.
Hey, slow down there. No need to rush on my account. I'm just here a little early. Got way too antsy sitting around waiting, you know? I feel the same. I've also got my share of things I don't want to leave unsaid. I want the same, Reen. Yes, you were my student. But at some point, you became something so much more. After we talked about my past, when I almost lost you at the canyon, I realized I never want to let you go. I want to be right here with you, always. Some instructor I turned out to be. Look at that. They really went all out, huh? Couldn't ask for a better mood tonight. Makes me want to work all that much harder tomorrow.